Today we're going to be putting chords to a simple melody, a very simple melody. So stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a like and write a comment so we can push this video to other people that want to learn music. This is a melody. This is a melody so old that even Mozart wrote variations against it. Now we're going to see what chords we count with. We are obviously in the scale of C major. This melody can be played in a different key, for example F sharp major. But we're going to play it in C major. And now we're going to see what chords we have. We have the C major, which is going to act as a tonic or chord 1 or first degree. Then we're going to have the 4th degree or F major or subdominant. Then we're going to have the 5th degree dominant or chord 5. Those are the only chords that we're going to use at the moment. So we're just going to see what notes we have in each chord. These notes in C major, these notes in F major, and these notes in G major. And with that we're just going to look at the melody and see what notes the melody is using. So if I'm starting in this way, this part of a melody is using C and G. C and G are inside the F major chord. No, we don't have G here. Is that inside the G major chord? No, we don't have C there. Is it inside the tonic or C major chord? Yes, we have C and G. So that is the correct chord to start with. Now the melody goes to A. If I stay there, it's not gonna sound good. So I'm going to move to a place where we have an A. It cannot be a G, because G has not A. So I'm just going to go and try the other one, which is the F major. And that has A, so I can go to the F major. So let's start again. And then I go back to G. And what chord do we have G in? We have it in G major and we have it in C major, but we're going to go for C major. So far we have this. You might be wondering why, if the melody goes, why don't I go to a G here in the second or the third note of a melody? Well, we can do that. It's gonna sound not standard, but we can do that. And here we have a G, and we chose to go to a C major, Why don't I go to a G? Well, yes, I can. But I prefer not to. I prefer to go to C. It's optional. And then I have an F coming, and the only chord I have that has F is this one. And then I have an E, which is only covered by the C major chord. So, and then I have a D. The only chord that has D is G major, so I had to use a D major. And then C. The two chords that have C is F and C. Let's try this. It sounds very unconclusive, so I'm going to prefer to go to the C major. And then next part of a melody, I could go to G major or C major. And then I go to F major. I could have gone from G major, because G is in G major too. It's okay, but I prefer to go from C. Now an E, the only chord that has E is C. D, the only chord that has D is G. And then a G. I could have stayed there, but I prefer not to. But I prefer to do this. And then I have to go to an F major, because F is sounding and nobody else has an F. And then I have the only chord that has E is C, and then I go to the only chord that has D is G major, and then the next part is going to be repetition of the first part. Now I can change the voicings of a chord to make it moving not so much. Look at how much the voices are moving. To improve that, I can take F major, I move this C down here, and I have a different version of F major. Then G, which is here, I can transfer this G here, and I have a different version of G major. So I have the old version of C major, the new version of F major, then the new version of G major. Now I'm going to play the same that we played before with the new versions. And it sounds much better, but we still can improve this. Now we can take this to the next level, and we're going to use almost all the chords that we have. The first chord, which is a C major, the second chord, which is a D minor, the third chord, which is an E minor, still the fourth chord, which is the F major, the fifth chord, that is a G major. We're going to also use the sixth chord, which is the A minor. We're not going to use this one because it's a diminished chord and it's more complicated. We're just going to use it in the future. So now we have much more options. If I do this, that G is not only in C major, in G major, but also in E minor. So I can just try this. The A, we're just going to leave it in F major. I go back to G, so I could also go back to E minor. And then I go to an F, so I used to go to an F major, but I can go to a D minor. And then I go, usually I go to C major, but I can go to A minor, because also have E. A minor has E. And then I have a D, which is in G major. And then I go to C major. So this sounds like this. And then I can do the same with the second part. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to give us a like, and I'll see you next time.